Hey everyone, let's talk about the American dream. You know, the one where you work hard, buy a house, raise a family, the whole shebang. It's the dream that has been sold to generations, promising stability and prosperity. Except for a lot of young Americans today, that dream feels more like a distant planet than a reachable goal. The reality is starkly different from the promise. Why? Because the basic building blocks of a stable life, education, healthcare, housing, have become ridiculously expensive. These essentials are now luxuries for many. We're talking about a generation saddled with student loan debt before they even hit 30. The weight of this debt is crushing their financial futures. They're competing in a housing market gone wild where owning a home feels like winning the lottery. The dream of homeownership is slipping away, and don't even get me started on the cost of healthcare. Medical expenses can be devastating, even for those with insurance. This isn't just about avocado toast and lattes, folks. It's about much more than the cliches often thrown at young people. This is about a system that's failing its young people. A system that needs urgent reform to address these deep-rooted issues. It's about a fundamental economic imbalance that's making it harder and harder for an entire generation to get ahead. We need to recognize and address these challenges to create a fairer future. Let's break it down. The disparity between wages and the cost of living is a growing concern for many, especially the younger generation. Wages for young people have barely budged in decades. Despite working longer hours and taking on more responsibilities, their paychecks don't reflect their efforts. Adjusted for inflation, they're actually lower than they were for our parents at the same age. This means that today's youth are earning less in real terms than previous generations. Meanwhile, the cost of everything else has skyrocketed. From groceries to utilities, every essential item has seen a significant price hike. Think about it. College tuition has increased at more than twice the rate of inflation. Students are graduating with mountains of debt, making it harder to get ahead. The median home price has more than tripled since the 1980s. Owning a home, once a cornerstone of the American dream, is now out of reach for many. And healthcare? Don't even get me started. The costs are astronomical, and many are one medical emergency away from financial ruin. A simple trip to the ER can cost you an arm and a leg, literally. The financial burden of healthcare is overwhelming for many families. This isn't rocket science, people. The math is simple and the reality is stark. When the cost of living outpaces wage growth year after year, something's gotta give. People are forced to make tough choices just to get by, and that something is often the hopes and dreams of an entire generation. The future seems uncertain, and the path to financial stability is increasingly difficult to navigate. So, how did we get here? Well, it's complicated, but let's be real, it didn't just happen overnight. Decades of policy decisions have favored corporations and the wealthy, while leaving everyone else behind. We've seen tax cuts for the rich, deregulation of industries, and a weakening of labor unions. These policies have contributed to income inequality, making it harder for working families to get ahead. And it's not just about economics, it's about priorities. We've prioritized short-term profits over long-term investments in things like education, infrastructure, and healthcare. We've allowed a system to develop where corporations have too much power and everyday people don't have enough of a voice. Look, I'm not here to bum you out. I know things seem pretty bleak right now, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the challenges we face. The good news is, we can fix this. We have the power to make a difference if we come together and take action. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to take all of us working together, but it can be done. We need to believe in our collective strength and resilience. We need to start by demanding better from our elected officials. They work for us, and it's time they remember that. We need policies that promote economic fairness, ensuring that everyone has a fair shot at success, like increasing the minimum wage, investing in affordable housing, and providing support for those who need it most, and making college more affordable. Education should be a right, not a privilege. We need to hold corporations accountable for paying their fair share and treating their workers with respect. Corporate greed has gone unchecked for too long, and we need to start having honest conversations about our priorities as a society. What kind of future do we want to build? The future of our country depends on it. We owe it to ourselves and to future generations to act now. It's time to stop the intergenerational theft and start building an economy that works for everyone. Together, we can create a brighter future. Peace out. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and hit the like button.